Good morning. This is Travis County Judge Andy Brown calling to order the meeting of the Travis County Commissioners Court for September 9th, 2025. It is 9:14 a.m. We're meeting here at 700 Lavaca. We've got Commissioner Shea, Commissioner Trevelyan, Commissioner Howard, and myself here in person. And I think Commissioner Gomez is joining us remotely shortly. Oh, there she is. So first, would like to make a motion that I can sign on behalf of court members.
Second.
All right, motion from Commissioner Shea, second from Commissioner Trevelyan for me to be able to sign on behalf of court members not physically present. Any discussion? We have no commenters. All those in favor, raise your hand. That passes unanimously.
I'm voting yes, Judge.
Thank you, Commissioner. And I think IT is working on getting her connection a little bit better. We'll start with early public comment for people who are here not on a agenda item. First, we're going to go to the callers and do all the callers, and then we'll go to the on-site commenters. So, Leo, could we start with the callers, please? Okay.
Brendan is being transferred, Judge. Brendan, you have 3 minutes.
Hi, this is Brendan McNerney. Are you able to hear me all right?
Yes.
Hi, I am calling in for public comment on the rebates for the Tesla Giga Factory. I want to say upfront thank you for your time and for letting me participate with public comment. I am a Travis County resident, and I am deeply concerned by the tax rebates that Tesla continues to receive, despite that it is plainly apparent that they have not been meeting their side of the agreement made in 2020. When the Rush deal was struck, members of your court seemed to similarly felt the same, that of concerns of over a lack of transparency around the agreement. And while today transparency remains severely lacking, and it feels that transparency itself makes it incredibly difficult to see any other possibility than Tesla never intending to invest in our community and county. If they were truly making the investments promised to Travis County, I don't see what would be preventing them from providing the proof of such. Would the theoretical investments into our community not be a home run for Tesla from a public relations standpoint? In the end, it feels to me the most simple and obvious answer is that there is no clear evidence from Tesla, as there is no evidence to be had at all that they are doing this. It is frustratingly obvious that they have not held up certain stipulations of their end of the bargain made when the deal was first struck, and it does not seem they have any intention of doing so. And they continue to take advantage of our county under what their lack of transparency has provided them. Further, Tesla's reincorporation from Delaware to Texas, I believe last year, paints a very clear picture as well. It was out of desire from Tesla to relocate here not to make Texas greater, but rather to distance themselves from the damage and havoc they had inflicted upon Delaware. The state of Delaware is notorious, of course, for its generous corporate leniency, which Tesla greatly benefit from, though Tesla's former home of Delaware ruling against the company for compensation up to $56 million in a suit. No matter how it may be spun, Tesla brought its previous benefactor to its absolute limit, and now they are in our backyard, and it feels that we are being targeted by the unquestionable greed of the billionaire, soon-to-be trillionaire, that is Elon Musk. And I'm speaking to you, this is a plea for just, anything.
Thank you, Brendan. That was your time?
Yeah. Your time is up.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I just want to say thank you, and that this isn't directed any of this at you, and hopefully, you share some of these same frustrations. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Leo, do we have any more callers?
No more callers, Judge.
Okay, so that's the end of the caller period. We'll now go to folks that are here in person. And we've got a lot, so I'll bring y'all up in groups of 6, I guess, if y'all want to come up and I read your name. So John Joyner, Margie Medrano, Chanda Smith, Carrie King, Ethan McBride, and Christina DeStefano. All right, John? John?
Oh.
Go ahead.
How much time do I have? How much time do I have?
3 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so yeah, my name is John Joyner. I'm a homeowner in 78756. So Section 1.5 of the Economic Development Performance Agreement, Colorado River Project LLC, states the intent to create, quote, a state-of-the-art clean manufacturing facility with a sensitivity to environmental impact. Remember that, sensitivity to environmental impact. Probably in previous testimony, people have cited the Wall Street Journal article from last November that you're probably familiar with. Musk says he wants to save the planet. Tesla's factories are making it dirty. And I hope you read it and read it all the way through. I'd like to just read a part of it to see how far from sensitivity to environmental impact the company's behavior has really been. Hazardous wastewater from production containing paint, oil, and other chemicals was also flowing untreated into the city's sewer. Tesla left costly problems largely unaddressed during the critical ramp-up. As a result, the plant dumped toxic pollutants into the environment near Austin for months. A journal investigation shows that Tesla bosses were aware of the problems and sometimes chose short-term fixes to avoid slowing production. Former employees said they feared they might lose their job if they drew attention to potential environmental hazards because the senior managers didn't consider such issues to be mission critical. As head of the company, Musk set the tone, these people said. So this doesn't really scream sensitivity to environmental impact. I mean, look, the whole factory deal sounded good on paper, but we got played. We're still getting played. As a Travis County homeowner for 18 years, I can honestly say I've never complained about my own taxes, even though they have risen roughly 100% in those 18 years. It's incumbent on all of us to contribute what we can to the community. I love this community, and I hate seeing it get played. And no, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't say whether the county would be able to defend withholding the rebate from Tesla's inevitable legal challenge, but I bet you do have some capable attorneys on staff to make the case. Last thing I want to say is, as Americans, it's incumbent on us at the local level to resist the tide of authoritarianism and fascism at the federal and state levels. Tesla's owner has materially contributed and continues to contribute to that rising tide. I'm sure if we knew that Elon Musk was going to go on to actively subvert democracy, we never would have made this deal. So I think if there's any chance to hit him where it hurts, I think it's really our patriotic duty to take that chance. So I encourage you to do everything in your power to roll back this rebate.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here. All right, Chanda Smith.
So this is literally nightmare fuel for me, public speaking. So I'm asking you to bear with me.
You're good.
That's how serious I take this matter. Good afternoon, commissioners. Thank you for taking the time to hear us today. As a homeowner in Travis County, I faithfully pay my property taxes on time, in full, knowing that failure to do so carries real consequences. Each year, I'm paying more and more in property taxes, yet our schools remain underfunded. The county and city are facing budget shortfalls, inflation is rising, and the cost of groceries has tripled. Seeing a $1 trillion company abusing our local resources and workers, then getting a tax break while many are struggling to pay their increasing property tax bills and put food on the table is both infuriating and demoralizing. It's deeply unfair to see Tesla's Giga Factory seek tax relief despite a troubling pattern of safety and environmental violations. Why should Tesla receive millions in rebates when their operations have repeatedly put people and the environment at risk? A rebate in these circumstances rewards noncompliance, not accountability. It shifts the burden onto taxpayers like us while condoning unsafe practices. Sections 4.0 and 4.2 of the Economic Development Agreement governing the Giga Factory require Tesla to operate lawfully, protect our environment, and maintain exemplary workplace safety standards in exchange for millions of taxpayer-backed incentives. Tesla has unequivocally not met those obligations. John discussed but a small portion of the reporting done on their pollution. Got several articles here that go into more detail. Tesla Giga Factory reportedly dumped pollutants into Austin water. Musk says he wants to save the planet. Tesla's factories are making it dirtier. Tesla's Texas Giga Factory is a major polluter. We're also looking at the OSHA workplace safety violations. We've had 2 deaths. An electrician was killed recently, last year, I believe, and then a hypothermia during construction. We've had reports from factory workers stating, I'm going to die in this factory. Tesla Giga Factory construction workers are suing over wage theft and dangerous conditions. So they obviously have not been good environmental stewards or employers. None of this is new for Tesla. Between 2018 and 2020, news outlets, including Bloomberg and USA Today, found that Tesla repeatedly misclassified and underreported injuries to regulators. Time.
Wrap up your thought, yes, please.
Okay. Oh, finish?
You can finish your sentence or whatever. Yeah.
Tesla has benefited from millions in local incentives, but the residents of Travis County have borne the environmental risk. Tesla has broken its promises. We ask you to cancel the agreement for noncompliance as described in sections 8.5 and 9 and make Tesla pay their taxes like all the rest of us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Margie Medrano.
Margie? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, and hello, County Commissioners, and thank you for providing this opportunity to address you. My name is Margie Medrano. I'm a longtime Travis County resident, and I'm a retired nurse who worked through the HIV and the COVID pandemics. I worked in NICUs here in Austin, and I took time out to be a stay-at-home mom, and then when I went back, I worked in the pediatric craniofacial plastic reconstructive surgery where we did cleft lip, cleft palate, and pediatric traumas to the head especially, and other conditions. In my role as an RN, people came to me trusting that I was a helper and that I would look out for their needs and well-being as well as be a good steward of their time and resources. And I see you who ran for this position in the same light. That's what I expect from you. And my parents didn't have a lot of money or education. They were the salt of the earth workers, but they had they believed in the American dream. And thankfully for the infrastructure that was in place because of taxpayers, I was able to reach that American dream. And when my husband and I became taxpayers, we were both happy to pay our taxes and pay it forward, as crazy as that might seem to some. But I'm deeply troubled by the idea that my hard-earned tax dollars are going to reward the Tesla Corporation that is not meeting the requirements of the contract that they have with Travis County. And as a Catholic who took the St. Francis Pledge to care for creation, I'm troubled that they've been cited for dumping waste in the Colorado River, excessive emissions, and they also have these bright lights that disrupt the paths of migratory birds, and it bothers your neighbors. So as a Catholic who embraces the Church's Catholic social teachings, I support the dignity of work and the rights of workers. Workers must be protected, and there are reports of thousands of injuries and at least 2 deaths in the factory. That social teaching also says that the economy should work for people and not the other way around. And I don't believe that Tesla is paying a living wage for the Austin economy. And by your contract, I think that they're supposed to hire a lot of people from Travis County, but I know that they're bringing in people from other places, which makes living in Travis County more expensive and more competitive. And then what Mr. Musk did with DOGE hurts all Americans who need food assistance, health care, and rely on Medicare to survive. Just like some states are doing with immunizations, it's going to fall on state and local governments to make that up. So as a nurse who dealt with cranial trauma, don't even get me started on robo-taxis. I know that's not what we're talking about here, but I hope you do something about that as well. So I'm asking you to cancel that contract, bring in more transparency, and to be good stewards of our taxes. I don't want a single penny of my taxes to go to Tesla or Mr. Musk.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the
being here today.
opportunity.
Thank you.
All right, Carrie King.
Hello, my name is Carrie King. I'm representing myself, and I oppose rebates for Tesla. I live in South Austin, where my 3 children attend our neighborhood public schools. I was also raised in Texas public schools in the Houston area, both in Sugar Land and Alief. I put myself through undergrad at U of H and here at UT Austin. I've lived in Austin for most of my adult life, always amongst working class families in neighborhoods that slowly but surely gentrify. We're quick to justify social inequities that arise, and we chalk it up to the natural force of change, growth, and progress. However, it's our obligation as citizens and your jobs as our leaders to ensure that our expansion as a city doesn't harm our inhabitants nor our natural surroundings. We must preserve a quality of life that we would want for at least 7 generations beyond ourselves. From my perspective, we are struggling to maintain proper balance between exploiting what this wonderful city has to offer and protecting it from encroaching interests of various intentions. There's no question, Austin is still and will hopefully remain a favorable place to live for years to come. However, if we continue to incentivize Musk and Tesla, I can only imagine that Musk will continue to relentlessly expand his empire. It honestly sickens my stomach to think of how backwards all of this is. And I apologize because I know it's most respectful to stay squarely on the subject of tax rebates, but I frankly can't even get past the fact that we all just watched this man haphazardly dissemble some of our country's most defining institutions, injecting chaos and destruction, leaving controversy and unlawfulness in his wake. And even all that aside, the reality is that Tesla and his oligarch leaders simply do not need tax rebates, not when there are so many unmet needs in our communities across Austin. Our affordable housing issues and insufficient mental health care services have yet to improve. Our waterways sour with pollution, and there are hungry children in our struggling public schools. Musk should be engaging in charitable service to the community in which he's grafted himself onto in much bigger strides. I'm not hearing about his philanthropic pursuits. I hear about robo-taxis being rolled out onto our streets despite dire safety concerns. I hear about the shady incorporation of his very own space city where rocket launches end in explosive failure time after time, littering South Texas beaches, making them unusable by the local community. I hear talk of Musk developing a brand new university, while across our district here in Austin, our schools suffer from continual underfunding. How dare we allow our public schools to financially atrophy while we consider further lining Musk's pockets? No, thank you. While I respect the technology embodied in the Tesla brand, namely the departure from dependence on fossil fuels, that is where my respect ends. Musk and Tesla are invested in their own growth and benefit, not ours. Please don't reward Musk with tax rebates when we have children, the elderly, marginalized folks, and our collective natural environment in desperate need of attention and care.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right, Ethan McBride.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Ethan McBride. I live here in Austin, and I'm here to testify against the Tesla tax rebates. Some of y'all will recognize me. I came here to make my voice heard on the same issue last month, but today I want to give a voice to someone else, the workers at the Travis County Giga Factory. Though it's only been in our community for a short time, this factory has already become a notorious abuser of workers' rights. Just for one example, the Giga Factory's industrial furnaces can burn as hot as 1,200 degrees. And for several months in 2024, one of these furnaces had a broken door. For that entire time, these industrial workers slaved away in life-threatening 100-degree heat while they waited for Tesla to have it fixed. For that entire period, these workers were exposed to toxic chemicals in a facility with insufficient ventilation. And while this was happening, Tesla employees actively hid the malfunctioning furnace from state regulators, even going so far as to temporarily shut the door and lower fuel input to make conditions appear normal during a regulator's visit to the facility. On August 1st, 2024, an electrician named Victor Gomez was asked to inspect a set of electrical panels at the Giga Factory. And when Tesla employees failed to inform him that the panel he was working on had been energized, Victor Gomez was electrocuted and killed instantly. After his death, the Gomez family had to sue Tesla to prevent the destruction of evidence at the factory relating to his death. Those are not the only stories that need to be told. The Giga Factory's track record is abysmal. And while there are a lot of difficult decisions to be made when it comes to this facility and its role in our community, deciding whether it should receive a 70 to 80% tax rebate is not one of them. Tesla has failed to hold up its end of the bargain. They broke their contract with Travis County, and it's time for Travis County to start fighting back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Christina Stefano?
Hi, my name is Christina DiStefano. I'm a constituent of Austin, Texas, zip code 78748, and I urge the members here to vote against the tax rebates given to Tesla Giga Factory, lasting until 2041. Musk's propensity for speed comes at the expense of quality and security in nearly all aspects of the supply chain, whether it's in his factories being built or the cars placed on the road. We see a disregard put in place for compliance. As Ethan mentioned, last year, Victor Gomez Sr. was electrocuted to death at the Giga Factory. OSHA would fined Tesla a mere $50,000 for failure to abide by safety protocols. Last summer, a furnace door burning at temperatures of up to 1,200 degrees did not close properly, exposing workers to extreme heat and toxic air. Wall Street journalist reports employees staged a ruse during state regulator inspections where they temporarily closed the door and lowered the fuel input. I'm concerned Tesla may have participated or will participate in the future in more ruses to pull the wool over the state's eyes. Texas Commission on Environmental Quality has cited Tesla 5 times since 2021 for violating state standards, including dumping wastewater and maintenance of a 6-acre evaporation pond containing sulfuric acid and nitric acid. I fear the city of Austin will be making a deal with a company that is not in Austin's best interest. And this contract will last until 2041 with a company that lacks any and all accountability to not just its consumers, but to its employers and to its neighbors. I fear Tesla does not and will not cooperate with the great people of Austin with the utmost transparency during compliance reviews. I fear a hypothetical where City of Austin might be blocked into retaliatory lawsuits from Tesla. We're at a time where the City of Austin will be voting on Prop Q to raise taxes for constituents for a budget deficit. Why should we reward one of the wealthiest companies in the world for its lack of accountability with tax rebates? And thank y'all for your time.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here. That's everyone, right, that's sitting here. Thank y'all for taking the time to come down here.
Thank you all.
Appreciate it. We've got some more folks here. I'm going to pause on the county employees till the end. So, Anna Bolin, I'll wait on you. Sarah Millett, are you here for public comment? And you don't work for the county, right? Pardon? Oh, okay. Thank you for being here. Gavino Fernandez, you want to come on up? Annalisa Gonzalez. Oh, okay. Thank you, Annalisa. Mimi Lin. Richard Franklin. Lily Hughes. And Gabby Libretti. Y'all want to come on up?
Hello.
All right. Next. Mimi Lin. Nope. Yes, you're Mimi, right? Okay.
Yes,
Go ahead.
hello. I'm back. I'm Mimi Lin, Precinct 2. I'm here to talk about the budget, tax rebates again. Last time I was here, I mentioned I'm disgruntled by federal DOGE cuts that ravaged our world-class research here at UT. I'm just disgusted by that, and our whole future career landscape as scientists is threatened now, but the guy who was at the helm of it, of DOGE, is about to become a trillionaire, and the sweet little deals like the one he has with Travis County are a big part of how he's able to amass such an unheard of fortune without much accountability or scrutiny. So yes, I'm here as an aggrieved, disgruntled scientist, but I'm also a resident. I came here to do world-class research. I vote, and I want to ask why the former chainsaw-in-chief basically doesn't have to pay rent here or follow rules. So, but my comments today are partly in the form of a question because, like others said, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a civil servant, politician, but from what I've followed, we've all followed in the news that we talked about today, Tesla's on the brink of getting these millions of tax breaks from the Travis County budget. And the agreement's meant to help the county, right? And they have to follow local, state, and federal regulations in the agreement. Yet we've all seen the headlines, Chanda held some up, about unsafe working conditions and illegal pollution at the Giga Factory. Stuff that's been in the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Reuters, Texas Tribune, Austin, Texas Observer, Austin Statesman, everywhere really. So my question is, will there be accountability for non-compliant practices in the county's compliance review for the agreement? Or is the county's review gonna be a bit generous just because this powerful, very connected billionaire's profits are involved? Our little group who spoke is made up of former Giga workers, bird lovers, because the factory lights are killing the birds, alarmed AI engineers, IT workers, et cetera. We're all just very curious about this question. And to get some answers, we filed a public information request about the county's compliance process. And I know the compliance review is still in progress, but look at this. Really, and you all can't see, but it's about 20 or 30 pages of redactions, just pure redactions. We couldn't get much info about the scrutiny we expect Tesla to be subject to per the contract. I mean, forget the Epstein list, right? We can't even get a fraction of what whistleblowers already gave reporters about Tesla in the last few years from our county offices. So we really want to know if the agreement requires compliance with laws and regulations, how is Tesla not in breach? I want to say the name again of Victor Gomez, who was electrocuted, $50,000 fine. OSHA said it happened because he didn't have the right protective equipment and negligence. Another worker was Antelmo Ramirez, died of heat stroke. You know how much the fine is for that? $14,000 for his life. Tesla got a $7,000 fine only for exposing 4 workers to deadly chemicals without proper training.
Thoughts? That's time.
All right, thank you. Their injury rate is 1 out of 21, whereas the median is 1 out of 30. We mentioned the environmental stuff. You have the power to compel accountability and transparency in democratic norms here. So please, please pay attention to this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.